Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, remember to hit that bell for notifications for when we drop new videos.
Oops. Hey guys, give us just a second. We're not ignoring you. There we are.
Howdy, everybody.
Welcome to our live. We're at the Crescent Hotel.
Yes, we finally made it. We were live, thankfully.
Oh man, you know what you should have brought up?
What I should have brought up?
Your find.
Oh, that book.
Yeah, we can talk about it though.
We can still talk about it. It's pretty cool.
So tonight and tomorrow we're going to be doing the lives here at the Crescent. Of course, right now, tonight with this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the good vibes. We're going to talk a little bit about the history.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk a little bit about the hauntings here at the Crescent. And then tomorrow night,
Yes.
we're going to talk about what we did tonight after the show.
What happens?
We're going to try to do a little investigating here tonight, and hopefully we capture something, and hopefully we can get a guest on for tomorrow. We seem to be hitting roadblocks with getting guests.
Yes. And from what was told to us is that people would like to be on the show. They would like to talk about things,
Yes.
but their hands are tied by other people. So,
Yeah.
that things happen, which is fine. We'll work with it. We'll go what we can.
We'll
Hopefully
figure
we'll
a way
have
around
some ghost stories of our own tonight if anything happens.
Mhm.
We'll let you guys know about it tomorrow, and then maybe if
Yeah.
we can talk to like the tour people, see if they would be more open to things or if they're allowed to do it or not.
I would think they would be.
You would think.
'Cause that's their job.
Exactly. Plus it'd be advertisement. So
Yeah. I don't know what they're thinking.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and although did that guy tell us his actual experience? I don't remember. We met a guy down.
Yeah,
earlier.
he said that they were like, oh gosh, it was like 6 months ago. He's been here for about only 9 months. But like 6 months ago, he said that they were doing a walkthrough and that like the doors had just like opened up by themselves and then like some rack or something like fallen down. Probably like one of those like moving racks, one of those hotel racks where
Oh
they
yeah.
pull your baggage and stuff in, just like completely fell over. So that's interesting, right? Like
Yeah.
what would cause that during a paranormal walkthrough? So who knows? But I feel like that's a pretty good instance.
So on our way here, we stopped at a spot that I always stop at.
Yeah.
Every time I come out here, I have to stop there. It's called the Inspiration Point. It's a great overlook.
Beautiful.
Overlooks the valley and everything. And we went into the antique store that's right next to it. And you want to tell them about the book?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were going through the place, and I'd never been there before. Always gone by from coming to Eureka Springs multiple times, and Dave was like, "Hey, let's stop by." I was like, "All right, cool. Nothing else going on." And I noticed they actually had a sign where they were closing permanently on October 31st.
Yes.
Which I was kind of surprised, but I mean, at the end of COVID and all the stuff going on, I'm not surprised. So anyways, we were walking through, found a lot of old, like really cool stuff. And then we happened upon this book from 1855. It said, what is it? The New World in American History, or
Yeah.
The New World in American History
Something
by
like
Henry Howard Brownell. And it was an original copy that was printed in 1855.
Mm-hmm.
And from the description on the tag that it had, so the book was very old. I should have brought it up. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Brought it up. Had some really cool pictures. Like the paint wasn't really faded at all.
Yeah,
It's still very colorful from the things that were drawn on there.
And it's original artwork.
Yeah, it's very original artwork. So,
and the guy was telling us that you could probably take the pages out and sell each picture for $30-$40, something like that.
But I wouldn't do that. I would want to keep it in its original form.
Yeah.
The only thing that's not original is they had to tape it together, which I completely get that. It's an old book from 1855.
Yeah.
So, but it was really cool. It was a really neat find. And I was hoping that'd be a good sign for things to come with this weekend. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I know last night we went to the graveyard out in
Gravette,
right?
Gravette.
Yeah, I keep saying it wrong. Gravette, this town of Gravette, the graveyard was Bethel Hotel, or Bethel Graveyard.
Bethel Cemetery.
Thank you.
So Bethel Cemetery is the first place I ever investigated, and it wasn't like with a team or anything. It was actually where I had my first experience, and it kind of propelled me into the paranormal. So Charles had never been there.
Yeah.
First night he was down, I'm like, hey, you know what? We should go to this cemetery.
Might as well.
And
it was fun.
Yeah. We just had a storm roll through, so
Yeah.
the atmosphere was completely charged. In fact, you could still see the lightning and stuff in the clouds.
It was really cool. Yeah. It was neat.
But we did have some experiences there, or at least I had.
Yeah. I actually didn't hear anything, but I heard it once we went back and listened to the recorder. We caught it on both of our recorders.
Mm-hmm.
We caught a whistle and a very breathy hey, but it was more like hey.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. We weren't out there but maybe till 10 or 11 when we got there around 7, I want to say. So just a little bit of time, but it was really damp and
all of our equipment was getting moisture built up.
So we just thought it'd probably be better just to leave. Plus there was a lot of interference from the road. That was pretty close by, all the bugs and stuff. But yeah, it was really neat.
I will say, what was really interesting whenever we had those experiences was I had seen this little light off in the distance.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, let's just go over here and let's see what happens. And heard the whistle, heard the hay and another breathy thing, and then I finally told you why I was drawn to this location. You're like,
and I totally saw the light, but he had mentioned earlier that there was a house off on that end of the graveyard, so I just thought it was the house. Well, actually, the house was just on the other side of where we were at.
Yeah, to the left.
To the left of where we were at, and I was like, oh shoot, should have said something. So that was my bad. I didn't say anything, but the fact that he saw it, we went and checked it out. It was really, really cool.
And we did also we both smelled like that really sweet smell.
there was a very, not weird, but it was some sort of sweet, perfumey smell.
And again, it wasn't until I said something about that area later on.
Because, I thought Dave was wearing something. So we were walking away from this certain grave that we were hanging out at first. We were walking back to the car, and I took a whiff of something, and I thought it was something that Dave was wearing because it didn't smell like a really lady perfume. It just hit me.
It had kind of like an Axe.
Yeah, it had exactly. It had like an Axe smell. So I just thought it was Dave.
Yeah.
Nope, completely wrong. Nope. So must have went through it or something, but it was really cool.
Now we did shoot that as a vlog. We'll put it together in here in probably a week or two. We'll post it on here. Something we've also been kind of talking about doing, guys, is a Patreon page.
Yeah.
I just want to say we're not going to do that right now, but what we're intending on doing, because we do tend to go a little bit longer than an hour on the show, we are going to confine this show to an hour, and then we're going to start an after hour kind of thing for anybody that wants to join our Patreon page. So all of our conversations that we typically would go over on, we would just stop at an hour and then
we go through Patreon.
Then do a new video for people that are patrons on there. So that'll be coming up later down the road. I'm just giving you guys a heads up in case you might find that interesting. We'll also put some extra videos on there too. But the vlog will be coming out here in a couple weeks. We're also going to shoot some stuff here too, I think.
Yeah, he got some really cool shots with his drone, some aerial footage, which was really neat. Plus, they added some additions to the Crescent that I had no idea were here. Last time I was here was back in 2016 2016, I want to say. And I didn't stay. I just showed up for like a visit. But they added a giant chessboard, axe throwing. They had a BB gun shooting range, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then they had a cornhole for some people that wanted to go do that. And it was really cool. They had a hot tub. They had the spa and stuff here. So.
And now they have a memorial for.
Yeah, they have a memorial. That's right.
Where they found all the body parts and stuff in the hillside.
There was like a bunch of body parts that were bottled up that they found in the hillside, which most likely the doctor obviously put them in there and then just buried all of them. Probably when his name was about to be tarnished and was like, I better cover up all this stuff.
Oh, sure. Somebody was probably going to come and investigate and was like,
yeah, I'm not going to, just better bury everything. But, so I was going to say, what do you know from the history so far? Like your experience with the Crescent? Obviously, we'll talk about the haunted stuff tomorrow, but what stands out to you really with the Crescent?
What stands out to me about it? When you walk into this place, it's noticeable, the energy that you just kind of pick up. You don't have to be psychic. I'm like a brick when it comes to picking up energies and stuff.
It really is, though. It's fine.
So, but walking in here, I mean, you feel it.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost as if people are standing around.
You're walking back in time.
Yeah, it's like when you walk into a room and everybody stops, turns around, you just notice it.
Yep.
It
feels so pleasant, and there's no like bad feelings or anything. I didn't ever like feel anything like off-putting. It's just like, oh, everything's great, hustle and bustle, and you step into this piece of history, which like I know, there's the Stanley Hotel and a bunch of old like hotels and stuff, but I love this place.
This is like taking a step back in time.
Yes,
it really is. I know whenever the last time that Elise, the owner, whenever they purchased this place, they actually tried to keep it as original as they could.
Well, the elevator is still original. I mean, they did a little bit of remodeling for it, but I mean, what hasn't had remodeling around here? Like, of course,
you're going to have to keep stuff up.
You have to touch up stuff. Yeah, exactly. So it's just really cool. And plus, like, the hallways feel kind of mazy at times. Like, when we went down the staircase right outside our door, I had no idea. I thought we just like went down the regular staircase. No, it was the completely different one. It was really neat.
In fact, that staircase that we went down is said to be haunted.
Is that the one where the person gets touched and pushed or whatever?
That's where the little boy has been.
That's the little boy one? I thought the little boy was the main one.
Nope, that's the little girl. There's a boys and girl one.
See, that shows you how much I don't know about the haunt. Like, I don't really know a lot of haunted stuff about the Crescent. That's on purpose. I don't like looking up a bunch of stuff when I go to locations. That way, it's all fresh. But hey, since Dave just ruined it, I'm kidding.
That's what I do.
No, well, it'll be fun. I'm really excited to dive into the haunting side of this place. I mean, of course, you see it on specials and stuff.
Yeah, Ghost Adventures was here, but and that was the stupidest thing was they said there was a demon here. There is not.
Like walking into
some girl saw a shadow and she said it was a demon.
Yeah, like that's dumb. Plus, I guess, and I didn't know this, and I don't know how new of a thing this is, but they do live music on the balcony. Yeah, that was really neat. The last time I was here, they didn't do that.
They used to do that over at the basement. I think they still do.
Park. I know they do it in the park, not at the hotel.
They do it in the restaurant of the hotel.
Really? See, I've never been in the basin, so I don't know much about the basin either.
Oh, that'll be a trip for tomorrow.
All right.
Part of our vlog.
That'll be really cool. Yeah. I mean, it's so far it's been really pleasant. I mean, there was a bunch of people here. Kind of surprised. I mean, surprising but not surprising. For a Monday, I was kind of surprised that there were this many people here.
Yeah, and I don't know if this was a standard thing, but they gifted us like a $50 gift card.
Yeah, just to spend food, drink.
They think we're gonna spend it on like food and breakfast, but alcohol says otherwise, buddy.
Sounds like you're grabbing a bottle. Anyways, it'll be a good time. Like maybe that'll help with like
the spirits.
Yeah, an atmosphere thing. Get your whiskey glass. And just relax.
Just punning, but
soak in the. I mean, I do want to go sit on the balcony by the pizzeria. That's a beautiful, beautiful outlook.
Great view.
Yeah, which that'll go on the blog most likely. So
yeah.
But so far, talking about the history, let's just go ahead and dive into it, shall we? All right. So I got this little actually complimentary book they give you for your stay. It's got a bunch of info about the hotel, and we're gonna read about it real quick. So.
I mean, they don't give it to you, but like.
Well, they don't give it to you. It's part of your stay.
It's in the room.
Yeah, it's in the room. It's got a bunch of information about the hotel and Eureka Springs.
And I'm going to be, like, if there's anything that doesn't get said that's on here, I'll kind of bring it up. So.
All right. So Eureka Springs today, as in 1886, is still recognized through its landmark structure, the 1886 Crescent Hotel. The Crescent Hotel was constructed by the Eureka Springs Improvement Company at a cost of $294,000. The Crescent spent its early years catering to the carriage set and to VIPs. There were stables and bridal trails, afternoon teas, dances, musicals, tally-ho rides.
Tally-ho!
Exactly. Chitty-ho. Pools, tennis courts, shuffleboard, and 2 bowling lanes. See, I didn't even know all that stuff happened. That's pretty cool. The hotel was hailed as the showplace of the Midwest. In 1908, the Crescent Hotel expanded services to the Crescent College and Conservatory for Young Women was founded. Used to supplement lagging winter businesses, this educational institution became known for its coast-to-coast sponsoring young women from 39 different states. In 1912, annual tuition cost was $375. However, that, of course, included room and board. We are blessed today to still have visitors from alumni family members who come and share stories. A part of the hotel's 4th floor has been dedicated to the school's memorabilia, which you can see that as you go through.
Yeah, if you're on the 4th floor, if you come up here, like along the walls, they've got a lot of newspaper clippings. They've got photos. They've got a bunch of information about the history of the Crescent.
So another fascinating addition to the hotel's history deals with the period from 1937 to 1940. During this time, the hotel actually closed to individual lodging guests and opened as the Baker Cancer Curing Hospital. In 1937, Norman Baker remodeled the hotel at a cost of $50,000, painting the lobby purple and installing lavender Venetian blinds in rooms and cement balconies.
Cement.
And I said cement.
And vagina blinds.
Jesus. The hospital was widely advertised for its cancer curing treatments. However, the U.S. government did not agree with Dr. Baker, and Dr. Baker was arrested, then convicted in 1940 for mail fraud. Following that, the Crescent lay vacant during the years from 1940 to 1946. The Crescent reopened as a lodging establishment specializing in package tours and re-inviting former guests to splendid Ozark Mountains for their vacations. During the period of 1946 to 1997, the hotel was twice renovated, experienced a serious fire in 1967, and was home to the most famous resident, Morris, the hotel's cat, for 21 years. Which that cat is on the 9 Lives cat can, by the way. So if you buy cat food, the 9 Lives cat food, that's your cat. That's the cat that's on there anyway.
Morris.
Yeah, Morris cat. It's great. They have a little memorial for him down in the lobby too, which I thought was really cool. In 1997, Martin and Elise Ronick purchased the hotel with the promise to return the grand old lady of the Ozarks to her original elegance. Ronick asserted that within 5 years, the hotel would be as it was in 1886. After $7 million in renovations, including the rebuilding of the South Penthouse, the conservatory, both destroyed by the fire in 1967, the promise was fulfilled. So, I notice, reading through this, they don't talk about Dr. Baker that much.
No, they just
literally
skim
just
through
a small paragraph.
So going back to the hotel's construction, we're also going to talk a little bit about the hauntings as we go through these periods of time for it. So going back to the construction, now this hotel was actually built from limestone.
Yes.
The entire exterior is limestone. The walkways, limestone. It's pretty interesting to be in a building like that because it said limestone is a conductor of energy, or it is kind of like a corpse wash where it will absorb energy and release it. And
hopefully we'll get some of that released tonight.
Yeah.
Who knows what we mean. Anyways,
so that being said, this hotel also sits on top of a mountain, which the geological makeup of a mountain is going to have the minerals of quartz and
stuff like that.
Limestone deposits and salt deposits. And, all this conducive to a haunting. The town of Eureka Springs, the sidewalks of the historic downtown area. I mean, the sidewalks all limestone. The buildings down there, like the Basin Park, is also limestone, and it's built into the side of a cliff, which makes it it's the country's largest hotel, ground floor hotel, because all the floors are ground floor. because they're
Oh yeah, the
built-
Basin Park.
Yeah.
That makes sense because it's literally built into the side of the mountain.
yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's
that
neat.
yeah.
Neat little fact there.
Yep. So when this place was built, they used Irish stonemasons to build here, and one of them is said to still haunt this hotel.
Yeah, that's really neat.
During construction, a gentleman named Michael passed away here. He was
Michael O'Malley, because that would be funny.
I don't know his last name. We can find out.
Because if it's true Irish, I just
McNougal.
something like that.
So Michael was said to be a bit of a ladies' man.
Oh.
He loved the ladies.
Was it on
And
the fourth balcony at all? I'm just kidding.
he was actually supposed to be on the roof.
Huh.
And he saw some women walking, and he was trying to get a good look at them, and leaned a little too far, and went whoop,
Fell to his death.
fell to his death, landed on a beam in
Ooh.
what is now room 218.
Eesh.
And 218 is supposed to be the most haunted room.
We're not in that room, folks. Sorry.
Well, it doesn't help that Michael likes the ladies, so typically it's the women who have the experiences
That's fair.
in Michael's room. But he's also said to frequent around the hotel. He's not just like stuck in
So
that
he
one
likes to
room.
get around, is what you're saying.
Michael gets around.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Makes
get
sense.
around a little bit.
So could that have been Michael
The,
that pushed the exactly?
Does he like the ladies? Does he stick his hand under the petticoats? Huh? Does he like to buy him a drink? Does he put something in their drink to make him a little sleepy?
That's Stewie. Is that who you're imitating? Who are you? Yeah, it's Stewie from Family Guy. Great call. Good to see you, Roz.
What's up, Roz?
So could it? Since he likes the ladies, there's also another spirit here. The lady that was pushed or fell off
Now
the balcony to her death.
That takes us to another time period of the Crescent Hotel.
Yes.
After the construction, at a period from the 1920s to the 1930s, it did become a college for women,
Yes.
and they were very strict with these girls. They could not associate with any boys. They couldn't have any boys here. They couldn't go see any of them. They were really strict about that.
I mean, would you want a bunch of babies running around?
Right. Back then, you wouldn't really. I don't think you would really have what you would have today.
Yeah, you could still.
I'm
That's totally possible.
Not as much as you would have it today. I think people were.
I think they were just wanting to nip it in the bud and make
Yeah.
sure it wasn't going to happen.
True, but it did happen to this one unlucky girl.
Yeah.
It was discovered that she was pregnant, but her death was a bit of a mystery. It is said that she committed suicide by jumping off the top floor balcony down into the gardens in the backside of the hotel.
That's right. I do remember hearing about that.
She is known as the Lady of the Mist.
Yes. She
Because
said to be in blue, right?
yeah, people see like a blue mist. Sometimes reenacting the fall. Some people have captured voices. I've captured what sounds like a female crying from that same hall.
This is the one right out here.
Mhm.
Okay, so I got an interesting story to tell. So we'll say that here in a minute when you're done.
Okay. So the reason we say it's a bit of a mystery is, number one, she was pregnant, so there's two deaths technically. Now they're not sure of who the father was. There's speculation that it could have been the dean of the college. There's even greater speculation that it was a member of a prominent family here in town. And the reason for her death could have been possibly murder. Murder.
Okay.
They said that she could have had an argument with him, and she, in a bit of whatever, committed suicide. But
I don't know. I think believe murder more.
so yeah, I tend to lean towards murder because if it's a member of a prominent family, which, by the way, the family's still around this town.
Oh, so we can't
say the name.
We can, but we just can't say it relating to this story.
I forgot where I was at. Oh yeah. So if a member of this prominent family had a child out of wedlock, that's a stain.
That'd be a tarnish on a name. That'd be a bastardization of some sort.
So how do you fix that?
Murder?
Did they have wire coat hangers back then? I don't think they did.
Oh,
maybe.
Good gracious, you had to go there.
You
had to go there.
I'm just saying.
Just get relive the whole thing. So they're pushing her down the staircase. It pushed her off the balcony.
Yeah.
She was a witness technically. They just, I guess, silenced her altogether. Because if they confronted her about getting rid of the baby first,
yeah.
Like let's say that they try to convince her to get rid of the baby. She's like, no, I'm gonna fight this.
Then maybe that was an argument that was had.
Yeah.
They fought over like whether or not she should have the baby.
Yeah.
And then when she said no,
man, that's so tragic.
Get out!
Yeah, just like yeeted her off the side of the building. It also could have been an accident. Maybe she was smoozing with some guy up on the balcony, and she just tripped and fell to her death.
Could it be?
There's many possible.
And the person wouldn't have
here.
stuck around. They would have been like,
oh gosh, and then just because it would have been immediately blamed on them.
Yeah,
immediately.
So that's another one of the infamous ghosts or spirits that are witnessed here.
There is, there's always the possible like, oh shoot, I'm pregnant, my life's ruined. Ah,
yeah, I can't finish school.
Yeah,
What are
they're gonna kick me out. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
she kills herself instead. That's horrible.
Yeah,
I hope no woman ever feels like that.
Like
they get pregnant, but I mean, like, if they get pregnant and think that their life is over and they have to kill themselves for it, that's horrible.
Yeah,
that's just such an emotional state,
and the stress that builds up with that.
Oh yeah,
goes into the baby too. Like,
absolutely,
baby feels that. So
absolutely.
That's one of the two of the main ones here. Now where we're at,
yes,
we are near Theodora's room, which is 419.
See, I don't know any of this, so this is all new to me.
So Theodora, this moves us forward in our timeline. In those 3 years, after the women's college had closed, Dr. Baker took over. Now, Dr. Baker is not a doctor. Let's get this out.
He's a fraud.
Let's get this out there right now. He is not a doctor, okay? So what Dr. Baker was, before he moved here, he was a radio show host in Iowa. And on his radio show, he would sell his snake oils and magic elixirs and crap like that. It's like HSN, the Home Shopping Network.
Here, take this tonic mixed with pee and alcohol, and it'll make you see better.
Yeah. We got a headache? Here, eat this poop.
Yeah. Need a good ear.
Just pull the seeds out and stick the seeds right in here and shuck on them for a while.
Just medicine back in the olden days.
What it was.
A friggin' trip, dude.
It was good enough for the Indians. It's good enough for me.
Right, exactly. Good to see you, Odyssey.
So, yeah, so he would sell these snake oils and these magic elixirs, and so
there's no common sense.
There was none. He heard about this doctor who was giving this lecture in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And he went to this lecture and heard what the doctor was experimenting with. And he got this grandiose idea that, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. So he looked and he found this place, bought it, and opened it up as I kid you not, a cancer curing hospital. Because he thought he had a cure for cancer.
And people bought into it. People actually bought into this.
A lot of people came here from around the world, not just.
Well, I guess they were desperate, so yeah, makes sense.
Now, part of the reason people did come here, though, in all fairness, was Eureka Springs was known for its healing properties, the spring water.
Oh, the natural spring, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people would flock here.
Yeah.
But being that this hospital's here, that's a 2-for-1, right? You would think. Oh, you get natural spring water and it can be cured of cancer? Okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's great. That's my lump gets bigger on my neck.
I say not so much. And didn't this Dr. Baker also would tell people, like, when loved ones or family members, friends, whatever, they would call to check on their friends or family?
Yeah, they would write letters and see how their loved one is doing, and he would write them back, pretending to be them and saying, yeah, I'm feeling so much better. Or he would write them back saying, they're doing such a great job, everything's progressing well, but we need more money.
Yeah.
And people would send more money.
Wouldn't he do, like, if they died, he would just be like, oh, they died, like, not by his experiments.
Sometimes, even after their death,
yeah,
he would still write those families telling them that they're doing well, and he still needed more money, and he would just coax more money out of them.
What a piece of crap.
Yeah. He wasn't even a doctor. He had no business, even running this place as a hospital. In fact, under our room is the honeymoon suites here.
Okay.
So if you ever come to the Crescent and you go to the, I I guess that'd be north. I'm assuming north and south.
I'm
turned sideways.
My directions right now are so messed up.
On the left side of the building.
Yeah.
Facing the front, left side of the building. Second and third floor are the honeymoon suites. If you go down that hall and you look at that doorway, it's about this thick. The entranceway is concrete. What he had was a 2-foot thick steel door put right there. And the people that were really bad off and in intense pain, that were crying out at night and making so much noise, he would put them back there and shut the door so it didn't disturb all these other people that were hopefuls.
This was this section of the building that's right out our window?
That's right under us.
Right under us. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Under us and out the window.
Cool.
Like it extends out. There's a few rooms back there. But
jeez.
But he had
moving closer to the burner, huh?
Yeah. There's a morgue here at the hotel.
Yeah, there was a morgue. It's just,
what's up, Odd IC?
it's so weird. So weird. Like, what's up, Heather? Just the sheer madness of this guy doing experiments on people. Maybe he was trying to come up with a cure for cancer. Maybe he was convinced that he would be able to make a cure for cancer.
He might have been, because he did experiment on people. And one of the things that they've talked about was he would get like watermelon seeds and use different juices and make these concoctions. And one person, it said that he opened up their scalp, took the top of the skull off, and he would pour this juice on their brain, because I guess they had brain tumor or something. But he would pour this on their brain and do these treatments like that, which is insane.
See, I was expecting, where I was thinking the story was going to go, that he was like a placebo effect, where he'd give them this tonic to make them like hopefully feel better. Nah, they just
he
completely just took it overboard.
He flat out legitimately experimented on people.
Wow. So like lobotomizing and things like that.
A lot of things happened here.
Oh.
He would what's up?
Our signal's not the greatest. That's okay. Sorry if our signal's not the greatest, guys. We'll try to see what we can do.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I will say also, down in the basement, he would actually keep the jars of body parts.
The jars of body parts.
He would keep them there in the morgue.
Wow.
Just for study.
So they said it was kids. So do you think that parents would literally send their kids here?
Yes.
Wow.
I would not be surprised. There's been rumors about how many.
Oh, sorry, your baby died from the disease or whatever it is that was afflicting them, and he would just keep the body parts and probably use them, like the flesh and the cells, whatever, to go into maybe some of his medicines or experiments.
Maybe.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Get like a little, what are they, like a wire whisk, and sit there and
Just
turn it into a pudding and serve it. Have some pudding. It's chocolate.
Disgusting.
Yeah, he was an awful human.
Fetal cell research.
But, in the 3 years that he was here, he made millions of dollars.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
He was a millionaire when he left here. And he didn't live here.
Technically, he helped the hotel, which sucks, but
he's helped the hotel now. But
yeah.
So whenever he did get arrested, which he was arrested, he was not arrested for his crimes against humanity or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
he actually got arrested for tax evasion.
Yep.
And spent some time in Leavenworth prison.
Funny how so we talked about H.H. Holmes, right, in our one of our past episodes. H.H. Holmes, what was he? He was arrested many times for not tax evasion, but like evasion to like paying
insurance
fraud, and like so it's pretty crazy how usually
Kelly,
some sort of killers or horrible people in general, because I would still consider him as a mass murderer, like Dr. Baker.
I would too.
Dr. Baker.
Yeah.
But he was kind of just doing out in the open and legally, technically, because if they died, he'd be like, oh, they just died of the procedure done or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they just died of natural causes or disease.
They got sick from something else, and it wasn't cancer. It wasn't the cancer we were working on.
Yeah.
But it was something else that they died of.
Oh,
Died
that's
of COVID.
unfortunate. You'd think people would look into that, like, oh, we've lost. Or I guess they wouldn't probably have that open information of how many people have died here.
Now there's a rumor that it's around 400.
Okay.
400 deaths. But that's just a rumor.
Was it 3 years?
3 years.
400 people in 3 years.
Yeah. So after he got arrested for tax evasion, and he went to Leavenworth prison for, I think, 10 years, 14 years, something like that.
Yes, Odyssey. He was a death trap guy.
After his release from prison, he ended up going to Mexico for 6 months. Started up his radio show again and was doing his whole magic elixir thing. And then he moved to Florida, and shortly after that, he died of cancer.
What a great way to go.
Right?
How fitting.
He
The
should have
liar.
suffered. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate that. She likes my shirt.
Meow.
Not so funny. Meow. I love this shirt. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, so dying of cancer, like, that sucks. But hey, good for him because he's a douchebag.
Well, here's the other thing now. When you talk about the hauntings here regarding that time, Dr. Baker is said to be here still.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad I just called him a douchebag.
Yeah. His office actually was a couple doors down from 218.
Oh, downstairs. Nice.
Right above us is his penthouse.
Oh.
Yep.
Hopefully things happen then. I'm looking forward to this.
Now across the hall is Theodora's room. That's 419.
Okay. That's
Adjacent from us.
gotcha. Cool.
So 419 is supposedly haunted by Theodora, who was like his main nurse, like the head nurse. And also there's a a rumor that she was kind of his lover.
Really?
Which is interesting because the first time I stayed here and we stayed in 419, there was this panel. I hope the Crescent's not listening, but there was this panel in this closet. It was loose, so we pulled it off. And inside there's a ladder that goes from that room straight up to the penthouse. Yeah.
I wonder where that went to. Who stayed up there?
Now that closet is sealed off now.
That's
It's all one wall.
So do you think they discovered it before or after you guys did?
I don't know. I think they did before, obviously, but I think
I don't know, man.
I think enough people were
They
probably
could've sealed
screwing
it.
around
Probably,
with
yeah,
it.
that's a good point.
You know,
Somebody got hurt or something,
Some
ruined it
drunk-
for everybody else.
some drunk staying in that room is like, oh,
Dumbass.
go over and see where this goes.
Yeah.
And then they get stuck in the wall.
Oh yeah,
Idiots.
because you couldn't have her like go around like.
Yeah, she couldn't just come out and go up
Yeah,
there. Like,
that looks pretty obvious.
Yeah. So people have seen her right out here in the hall.
Yeah.
419 is notorious for your luggage and baggage being moved. In fact, on the episode of Ghost Hunters when they came out here, they told them, people have experienced their luggage being packed up and put up against the door when nobody's in there.
Okay.
Well, Grant went back up to the room to get his laptop, and he couldn't open the door because all the stuff was propped up against the door.
See, I haven't even seen this episode, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty neat.
Down in the morgue on that episode also is where they had the thermal imaging capture of a figure.
Okay.
And they thought it was like a Mason or a Civil War soldier. I think it was a Mason. There's no reason a Civil War soldier.
I
would be
don't
there.
think a Civil War. Like, I don't know why.
Just a cap style. They quickly attributed it to
okay,
Civil War, but
okay.
a Mason at that time also wore like a similar cap.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But
Okay.
so that's there. Some of the other hauntings throughout the years that people have talked about are a couple of them that are disturbing are children. I hate it whenever children haunt anywhere. It creeps
sad.
me out
It's very
a little
sad.
bit. It is.
It can be depending on what kind of like if it's something imitating a child or it's actually
Yeah.
a child. It just
Um,
depends.
So like on the far side of the building, there's a stairway where it is said that a 5-year-old had squeezed through the railing and she slipped and fell and died.
Is that why you said the things up there, the guardrails?
Yeah, they've
Okay.
now. Well, that's not why they raised them. They were shorter, even to this. As of 5 years ago, they were shorter.
That's not dangerous.
They were probably not even waist high. Wow. On this side of these stairs, people have photographed a little boy on the stairs.
Okay.
Now the other stairs, the reason why they built them up and raised them is because about 4 years ago there was a gentleman who I'm guessing was drunk, up here on the top floor, leaned over, lost
So
his footing.
literally like right after I came.
He went over and
Did he die?
Yeah.
Recent haunting.
Yep.
Maybe.
he I'm guessing he broke his neck,
That just immediately snapped.
probably by the way he landed or either hitting some of the other railings.
My gosh.
Yeah. So
That's scary.
So that happened like 4 years ago. Now I was told, and I don't know if this was true or not. So the first time I was here, I'm not going to get into a bunch of my experiences. We'll say that for
We'll
tomorrow
do
night.
that tomorrow, yeah.
But the first time I was here, we had one of the employees take us around, telling us, some of the hauntings and stuff. And when he was doing that, there was a penthouse over on the other side of the building. And he said that there was 2 weeks prior to us being there, somebody had committed suicide up in that penthouse. And they had the caution tape on the door, like you couldn't go in there. So that was what he had told us. And then whenever he kind of screwed with us, and we took that information to the GM, and he was subsequently fired. But he could have been fired for letting out that information, because he told us that he wasn't supposed to tell anybody. And
then he went and asked the GM.
No, I went and told the GM after he screwed with us and ruined our investigation.
Oh, that's right. Okay, this guy. Yeah.
So,
douche. Anyways.
Anyway, I'll get more into detail on that story here.
Hi, Angel.
Let me see here. Dave was the place where John saw the full body apparition. He told the story of paranormal frequency about seeing one in a basement by a furnace. No, that was actually the Sally house that he had seen that.
Vastly different. That's okay.
Yeah.
All
now
right.
we did post a couple pictures on an earlier episode. I think it was the paranormal discussions one, or no, the hotels. The hotels.
Yeah, we did the hotels one. Yeah, that was the one we talked about.
Yeah, on the hotels episode, I was sent some photos recently. Probably now it's been about 2 months. That some women had taken.
Oh,
I need to talk to them about that too.
Yes, we need to talk about that.
But it was a very bizarre picture. That was a freaking nurse.
It was a full-on apparition body of a old-style nurse.
Yeah,
like the old cap, everything. It was wild.
So after this show, I am going to talk to the ghost tour people about that.
Wouldn't you say that was the right era for Dr. Baker's hotel? Or
because that's
hospital?
Late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, and that's exactly the time period that it looked like she was dressed in.
Yeah, so...
And nobody else was dressed in costume, though, were they? I couldn't tell.
No. It wasn't a costume thing either. Wondering what happened there. Caught you mentioning it during a previous Crescent episode. Yeah, with that story, that'll be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, guys, on the show, I'll be talking about my experiences here from past investigations. We'll also talk about what we did find or what happened tonight, because we're going to do our own investigating. We're going to try to go into some rooms.
We're going to see where we can go and see what we can do. And
in
see
fact,
what we can find.
The room we're sitting in right now, the room we're staying in, we've had activity in this room before. Charles doesn't know about it.
I've never been here, so I don't know anything that could possibly happen. That was weird.
Right.
Someone wheeling a cart by, so made a weird noise outside in the hallway as we're talking about this.
So yeah, he doesn't know anything that's happened in this room. Right next to us, there's a linen closet that we had activity. I did show you that stuff. Yes. But this room, there's something in particular that did happen, and I'm curious to see if we experience it.
I'm gonna get diddled with, am I? I hope not. Jeez, I hope not. This isn't Ghostbusters, okay? Okay. So,
no, we have not.
Well, but that was part of the story I was going to tell.
Yeah.
Should I save that for tomorrow or today?
No, you can go ahead today.
So when I was here about 5 years ago, no, it's okay, Angel, it's fine. I mentioned it earlier, and we were going to reroute back to it.
Yeah.
So I was finally able to come down to the Crescent and see the Crescent for the first time ever by myself, and it was really nice. It was back in 2016. And I decided to just kind of hang out because I didn't know that you could just show
walk
up and
around.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could just walk through the hotel. So that was really neat. Like, I really enjoyed that a lot. And I decided, I was like, let's just have some lunch here because they have a please diddle. Nice. So I decided to stay and hang out at their, what is it, Sky Bar is what it's called.
Yeah,
it's like it's a bar / pizzeria thing that they have up here. And it's pretty good pizza too. So I was sitting out on the balcony, and in my mind's eye, I had like a flash of a woman in blue, and this was before I actually knew the story of the lady in blue. I had no idea, and I think I talked to you about this.
Yeah,
talked to you, and I think I talked to Denise Pridemore about it as well. I was sitting on the balcony, and I swear that I saw somebody like walk past me when I was sitting at the table. She was in blue, like a bluish like nightgown kind of like. It wasn't like a, I guess, nightgown dress. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
And she just like looks at me, and it looks like she just goes off the edge of the balcony. But here's the thing. I didn't actually react like, oh my gosh, somebody just jumped. No, it was just like I knew I was seeing something, but didn't really thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
So I actually got up and like went and looked, and I was obviously nothing was there. So I was like, wait a second, that's weird. But I knew this place was haunted. I just didn't know how it was haunted. And on my way out, one of the first articles that I saw on the wall was about the lady in blue. And I'm just like, whoa, that's wild. I just had that experience.
Yeah.
And okay, check out the hallways. Yeah, I mean
We're going to.
We're definitely going to be investigating the place, RC. We're really excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I've investigated here. I want to say about almost a dozen times.
We're gonna vlog with the GoPro.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot some of our investigation for you guys.
I've got an EDI meter. Dave's got a more updated EDI meter that records the hits and stuff. I've got a recorder. I'm trying to think. I've got an Echo Box. If you want to use that, he's got the SB7.
Yeah, we've got a few things that we're gonna be playing with tonight.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, with those photos that were sent to us, I am gonna have to talk to the tour.
Yes.
Because I do remember like years ago some of the tour guides would dress up in period clothing.
Yeah.
But I've never seen them dress up as a nurse or a doctor.
Maybe if we can figure it out, we can upload those photos here and show them to everybody tomorrow night.
Yeah. I can.
Because we're on my laptop. We're not on Dave's setup where he has all the like pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe tomorrow we'll do some like figuring out and get everything.
The only thing I'll have to do is just sign in on StreamYard on my phone, and I can just upload them. And then
see, there we go. Perfect. Got it. Technology. But
I love technology.
I'm really excited. Any more you want to talk about the history wise?
I will say that one more haunting that is said to occur here, and this was like whenever I first started investigating here.
Yeah.
This was like one of the more prominent ones.
Okay.
And that's of Morris the cat.
And that's one of the biggest reasons I like this hotel is because of Morris the cat. But
yeah,
growing up, I heard stories of Morris from my mom.
Now I've never experienced Morris here.
Okay.
Never did.
He said he was down by the fireplace a lot.
Fireplace and out in the parking lot.
Out in the parking lot.
People have seen it out in the parking lot. The ghost of Morris.
Huh. Well, we did see a black and white cat randomly walking around outside.
Yeah.
So that's normal.
Now they do have they've got like 3 more cats now. When I started investigating, Morris's son,
yes,
Frisco.
I do remember that. That's why it's called Frisco's. That makes total a lot of the stuff I was talking about earlier, where they had like the
sign,
the chess, and like it was like Frisco's area or Frisco's something or other. So that makes a lot of sense.
So Frisco was cool. I've got a picture somewhere of Frisco. Frisco was orange and black.
Yeah.
Like he was a Halloween cat. It was awesome. Half of his face was black, the other half was orange.
That's neat. I wonder if it's any relation to that black cat we saw wandering around out here, the black and white one. Maybe that's like the blood tie because cats, they just do that.
But Frisco would follow us around, and Frisco would stay in the rooms with us, and like Frisco was awesome.
Cool.
He was the coolest cat I've ever met.
Yeah. Odd. That is my initials. What's his initials? Rad.
Rad.
Nice. Good call. That was good. No. If we could see a cat, that'd be sweet.
Like a ghost cat. Yeah.
Like I don't want to see a cat run over by a car or anything like that.
And then just see it get up and like walk away like Pet Cemetery.
I'd be really sad. I'd be oh
my god.
I'd be sad and then horrified at the same time.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah. Like, oh, this is a normal occurrence. Okay.
This must be the 10th life.
Yeah, it must be. I guess.
So yeah, that's the basic rundown of the history of this place.
It's a pretty good rundown.
The hauntings.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much else to tell. I mean, you're up to date with everything that's gone on here. I do know that Elise Marty's passed away.
Okay.
So I'd hate to ask her if like Marty's still here. Insensitive, maybe, I don't know. But
spirit-wise,
they do live here. They did. Well, she still lives here. It's probably because of signal.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're just gonna wrap it up. Again, thank you for joining us on here. If you haven't yet, subscribe, share the video, share the shit out of this.
See, I knew you were cutting out.
Started asking that question.
So maybe hold on. What if What if he's here right now and he's messing with our stuff?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe we should start investigating.
I think so.
Well, let's go talk to the lobby people first. Then
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It was great to see everybody.
Absolutely. Subscribe, like the video,
Share it with your friends.
and definitely share it. Please share it on any social media platform you got.
See, now we have good
Signal or spirits.
See now that here every now and then we'll see like a little like Wi-Fi signal show up in like one of the corners, and I think that's what was causing the screen to go black.
Probably.
So sorry about the cutouts. We're on Wi-Fi. We're on the top floor, so I don't know how good the Wi-Fi is really up here, but we'll go with what we got.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good night. Nope. Right here.
Nope.